I am strong like the wind. I am one with the earth.
Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we have a very special guest with us, Brian Stivale, the voice actor of Bo. How are you doing, my man?
I am awesome. How are you doing, Lex?
Oh, never better than right now. So check it out. You are the voice actor for Bo, and by a pretty wide margin, I think everybody is in agreement that they think that you have done like an amazing job for all the voice acting. It's like spot on, man.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
that means a lot, man.
How did you get hooked up with this gig, man?
Well, it started a long time ago in the 1970s in the state of New Jersey. No, I'm kidding. Actually, it's interesting. I didn't fall in with the gig or anything. It was really a long path leading up to it and a process, and then of course an audition. But as I told you earlier, I had worked with Supercell on another game. I worked on Boom Beach. I was Dr. Kavan on that, and I think that helped in the process with audition. I don't know, maybe, who knows? But Martin, who was the producer on voice acting on this particular character, hired me on the job. We had a great relationship, worked really well together, and it was super easy to fall into Bo. He's just like, what a great character. You look at him and I could just hear what he sounds like.
Yeah, and what's you talk about looking at someone and see what they sound like. When I first found out about you, which somebody actually pointed me to your Instagram, and so I'm looking at Bo and I see you and I'm like, most of the times, or a lot of times, I look at somebody, I'm like, the voice doesn't really fit. But I see a picture of you, I'm like, dude, I totally buy it. That's him right there.
All right, no, I'll take that. I accept that, because when I look at Bo, it's well, there are things about him that are just simply a fantasy world for me, like his physique.
Yeah,
I like to attain that, although it's completely unnatural in the human world.
Oh yeah. So I was checking out your IMDb and some of the things you've been in. Well, actually, I should say, what haven't you been in, man?
I've been really pleased and blessed to have a fruitful career as a voice actor. I've done a lot of games. I get to narrate a lot of TV shows. I was telling you earlier, I do a lot of true crime. I'm the narrator for a series called Copycat Killers. It's in its third series. Season.
Dr. Hannibal Lecter, the iconic villain who starred in 5 feature films and his own network TV series.
And we've been doing that one for a while. I'm also the narrator on a show called Deadly Souls, and another one on Curiosity Stream called Beating Death. That one's good because people live. We like that one a lot. We like all three of them, but but I've also been really privileged to do cartoons and lots of animation, lots of apps, and all sorts of different platforms. But I do a lot of video games, which are my pride and joy. I absolutely adore and love video games because I'm a gamer.
Yeah, is that what mainly draws you to really liking the video games, or what is it about the video games in particular?
Well, I'd be drawn to video games whether I was a voice actor or not, because when a million years ago I started playing video games on an Atari 2600.
I had one too.
All right, rock and roll. I actually started playing games as a kid. Games have always been a part of my life. Whether it's shooters or adventure games or whatever it is, every genre of game I've really gotten into one or another. And when I started getting into voice acting, and I saw that there was this wonderful, wide open venue to use your creativity as a character actor, and I was immediately drawn to it. When I play games, I want it to be an immersive experience, whether it's tongue in cheek and campy and fun, or it's like all out, like full blown, this immersive, realistic VR experience. I want it to be better, not worse. And so if I can add a little bit of that to the texture of a game, that was really where my heart was in wanting to do more video games. It was like, I want video games it almost sounds like some kind of noble crusade. I want video games to be better.
I mean, you talk about Marvel characters. So you did Venom in the game. Did you actually do some of the work in the actual movie as well?
No, but in the theater, I sat there after the second time I saw it, and I just mimicked everything Tom Hardy did. No, I didn't. I was not in any way disappointed I didn't get my hat in the ring on that one, but don't think I wasn't hounding my agent and manager about it.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
As I heard the announcement, I was like, excuse me. Does this put me in the ring? But it was a different version of Venom too. Like Avengers Academy was super fun for kids, and it was a lot more tame.
We are Venom. We know the evil that men do.
But I recorded all of that while I was on location because I was in Las Vegas for just a family vacation, and I was in the hotel room, and it's the darndest thing. I was in the hotel room and I was screaming and hissing and doing all of these demonic noises, and the maids called security. Yeah, in the Las Vegas resort, and they pounded on my door, and I stopped recording and I went to the door, and I was kind of frustrated because the maids were in the hallway making lots of noise to begin with, and they said, "Sir, is everything all right?" And I was like, yeah, here's the deal. And then I explained it all, and I said, I'm doing the voice of Venom, blah, 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 blah. And the producers want this kind of right away with this one segment. And I don't know what's screaming. And he was like, all right, as long as Peter Parker is not being harmed. And then he left, and I was like, very tongue-in-cheek.
That was his only concern. Got to keep Spider-Man safe.
That was like, he could care less.
So where did you draw like any kind of inspiration for Bo's character from anywhere, or? Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. You actually absolutely nailed it. It was so
thanks.
good.
Good direction too. Martin's a great director, and it's such a well developed character on the immediacy of looking at him, but it's also this strength that comes with. What he was saying too, that it was written in a way that this very mystical, tied to the earth as Native American indigenous people are. They have a greater relationship to nature. There's no passivity about their spiritual relationship to nature. But there was a Mel Gibson piece called Apocalypto, where nothing was in English at all. It was all in different ancient dead tongues, Aztec and Mayan, and it really paid attention to that spirit and the tribal instinct. But I kind of drew the inspiration of the sound of him from, there's this chieftain. He's really kind of evil, but he's so intent and focused on the mission at hand, which is killing people, unfortunately.
So give us a taste of some of his lines. Ready?
Oh, wow. I'll have to say stuff that Bo doesn't necessarily say because I don't have like a script in front of me. Yes, I did not memorize the lines as Bo. I am strong like the wind. I am one with the earth. I don't know. It's so bizarre. And then I do him, and all of a sudden I start picturing the Batman that I played every once in a while. I got to be careful with that.
I could see how those would get close to crossing over.
Well, they kind of did, and somebody called me on it. One of my friends called me on it because I was privileged to do that. I got to play the Dark Knight in another game, and there's still elements of that kind of character in Bo. I kind of feel like he's got like a Batman vibe to him.
If you had to, I know this is going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but if you had to pick one of your favorite voices you've ever done, what would it be?
Ooh, yeah, that is hard. Okay, all right, okay. This is a cool one. Okay. I got to voice Severus Snape in like a choose your own adventure type thing that I don't think I signed an NDA about. So if they have an issue, tough. But I got to do that, and that was cool because I really dig the whole Harry Potter thing, and my kids love it. Venom was a big one. Yeah. Venom actually kind of made me feel like I wouldn't need to win any awards. I'm in a game called Heavy Metal Machines, which I love. I think it's really neat. It's a throwback to this rock and roll racers game that I thought was cool, and it's like super super fun graphics and great characters. And I play this character Killer J, who's like this hybrid of like if the Spawn clown, the killer clown from the Spawn series met Mark Hamill's the Joker.
Allowed to use this?
But I'm a character called Commander Rocket, who is a dog-like alien creature commander who wears a beret and smokes a cigar, except that he had his face blown off and they replaced it with a robotic head. And they apparently had to put a profanity sensor into the head because he was so foul-mouthed before.
I love it when a plan comes together. Here's my plan. We shoot them all with rockets.
There's a game coming out, a VR game called Scraper, First Strike, and I am the main NPC in that guides you through the entire way. I'm Commander Winston.
Alice Fairchild. Merrill, patch me through Maxwell's pod and set up a holo interface.
I want answers. What are you doing here, Fairchild?
That's a really cool game. I guess finally I'd have to mention I'm like 175,000 characters in the Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr game.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's an exaggeration. I'm probably like 16. My kids make fun of me for playing that because the entire reason I play that is so that I can fight myself. And you know what? I win.
So you play Brawl Stars?
I just started.
Yeah.
I told you're asking if I and I wish I could say to you that man, I have a Twitch account and I'm like really great. I have 1 billion.
Oh, you got other stuff to do than that.
I have 2 sons. I was telling you, and I am a full-time voice actor. I have a lot of jobs, but when I do get to play, I did dig the game, and I am still Shelly. I'm still early on in the process.
Sure.
But I am unabashed. So if you are an early Brawl Stars player, you probably have to be in order to be in the games that I'm in currently. And you see my name, it's me. I just went with my name because that's how creative I was for my handle. I have a feeling I'll get addicted to that, like I have other Supercell games.
Sure.
They lend themselves to getting sucked into to being like, oh well, I have a free moment, usually in the bathroom. Don't tell him. I love what Brawl Stars offers in there's this incredible variety of characters that you could become, play as. And I like the new ones. They're fun. I like Gene. Very cool.
Hey, did you just hear his voice that he got?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'll have to check that out.
I mean, it's more of just like a lot of blabbering and kind of stuff, but it's really hilarious what they did.
You know, that blabbering probably took somebody a good.
Oh, I'm probably sure they did a million takes of. No, that one wasn't right. Oh, that's not right.
When anybody says I make noises for a living, you have no idea. It's real hard. It's hard work sometimes.
I bet. Okay, so where can people find you online? I'm sure you got all kinds of cool stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm present in every social networking platform. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Twitter is a good one. At Brian Stivale. I know I didn't go for creativity.
Me neither.
But yeah, at Brian Stivale on Twitter or Instagram. Instagram is a great one, actually. Instagram is where I highly recommend you follow me because I post pictures and videos and samples of games and shows and things that I get to do. And if there's something ridiculous that I've gotten to do, that's where you're going to see it.
Nice.
But I also have a YouTube channel. It's Brian Stivale Voice Actor. You can join me there. I also have very many subscribers. Like Lex.
Do you? Awesome.
Currently 58.
You have 58?
Yeah.
You know what? By the end of this video, you're gonna have triple digits at least. So 42 more people to go and subscribe right now.
Sweet. Awesome.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to say or tell us all?
Hey, I would like to say something. I'd like to say thank you to all the people who play this game. I'd like to say thank you to all the fans of video games and voice acting. Thank you for supporting an industry of faceless people. We are never seen for what we do usually, and if we are, we're probably doing it wrong. So thank you. We really appreciate everything that you do as supporters and fans and the people who pay and play for these games.
Heck yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Well, Brian, thank you again so much for joining us over here today. Had a good time. You guys be sure to go check him out. But for now, that's going to wrap it up for this video. And as always, until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.
You're going to make me not look like a nerd, right?
I'm totally going to make both of us look like nerds.
All right, fine.
If we're going to nerd it up, we'll nerd it up together.
Hey, you can even use that part where I said, hey, don't make me look like a nerd, okay?
My viewers are used to me looking like a nerd, so it's all good.
Oh, well, that's good. My kids, I promised them I would not talk about memes or how Shaggy should be incorporated as one of the new brawlers, apparently. I don't know. What is that about?
I don't honestly. I see the memes all the time, but I don't get the Shaggy one. I mean, I know he's from,
I get it. I Scooby-Doo, but
I don't know. How did Shaggy become like awesome? I don't know. Are we too old? I think we are.
To be one with the spirit, you must now subscribe to Lex. Or don't. And then do not be one with the spirit.